So what we do is we take this thing here. Look at this thing. I know this looks really big.
Like
Don't
your
get
Foley
nervous.
food mill.
Don't get nervous, but they make smaller ones for home. So what we do is peel the potato, so it's already peeled, and we just put them in here.
Yeah.
And the reason we do this is we don't want it to be mealy, okay? So and then you go like this, okay? And whoop, back on the plate. Put the plate on here, and you just go like this. And it just comes out like mashed potatoes.
Right. So now you have this.
And then we have that. And look at this. Isn't this just beautiful? Just feel it.
It looks like rice.
Yeah, it looks like rice.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Now we're gonna do the eggs. Hey, why don't you crack the eggs?
I'll crack them. Let me get a fork over here. Okay. So you're adding 2 eggs for how many pounds of potatoes was that?
It's a couple pounds.
A couple pounds. Okay. Yeah.
This is gonna make a lot. Okay.
Right.
So now we're gonna make a little hole here, right? We put the egg in there.
Yeah.
It's not your first rodeo here, Marianne. By the way, I gotta say, it's really cool to be cooking with you. You know, we've been friends for a long time.
Long time.
But to actually have you in the kitchen with me is one of my biggest honors.
So now
we kind of go like this, and we mix it all in.
Yeah.
All right. And we just slowly do this before you get your hands in there.
Yeah.
Okay. You've been doing this a long time.
Yeah, well. Now you're going to get this into a dough.
Yeah.
Now, if you find that this is just too dry.
Right, you can always add a little bit more.
Yeah.
You notice I'm saving some because at the end, we might, what we're going to do is we're going to make the big ball here. Look how much we have here. This is going to be a lot.
But if it's too dry, you could add a little liquid, right? Water or another egg, part of an egg,
But, this is, we've been doing this a long time. I'll just put a little more on.
That looks good. You did that without a sweat, buddy.
Well, a lot of it is measuring properly, right? You got to start with the right thing. So.
All right, that looks great.
Yeah. So we're just gonna let this sit for a good 10 minutes, and then we're gonna roll them out and we're gonna cut them.
Okay.
So now we have it. We've been sitting here for about 10 minutes, right? Look at that beautiful thing. It feels like a baby's bottom. It's really important to understand how the touch.
Yes.
That's how I cook. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut a piece off.
Can I cut a piece too?
Yep.
All right.
Good. You cut a piece off.
Okay. Let me cut a piece.
I just want to show you that. Look at this. Look how beautiful that is.
Looks
good.
We
just made fresh pasta in 10 minutes. All right? So that's how now we're just going to roll it out.
Now, you told me that you have to roll it so that it's all the same size, obviously. Because
let me show you the finished product so you can see. This is what we do. Now, you have to have the finished product to be the exact same
size.
Look how these are perfect. Okay?
Yeah.
Because you want them to cook
at the same time.
So if one was big, one was small, one would be mushy, one would be al dente. So we want all of them to be the same.
Okay.
All right. And
I'm just getting a little flour. Okay.
Yeah. That's all. You just put a little flour.
It's okay if I cut mine aren't perfect, but I'm just going to cut them the way I do them at home, and you do them like we do them in the restaurant.
Yeah. So we just cut them.
Because this is a restaurant, so we have to think about.
By the way, we make thousands of these a week. When we do the taste in the NFL, we'll go through 4,000 or 5,000 in one night. It's crazy. So then what you want to do is put them on a cookie sheet like this.
Yeah.
And then you want to freeze them.
Okay.
Very, very important.
I'm just doing them the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. So what we do is, but the big secret about this, when you cook them, you want to cook them in a big pot of water, because if you take too many of them and put it into a small pot of water,
mashed potatoes,
they're going to become soup. Actually, they're all going to go to the bottom. So you only want to do a handful at a time,
right?
And you want to keep that water boiling, constantly.
Yes.
So you have to. It's a bit of a time thing, but it's a lot of work to do all this, and you can just ruin them very quickly.
Right.
So So that's it. So you want to go make a sauce?
Yeah.
And what we do is take a little olive oil, okay, put that in here. All right? And nice and hot. It's a nice hot pan. You always want to make sure your pans are nice and hot before you start. Now I'm going to take a little garlic. Now, we use very little garlic at Davio's. I know a lot of people think that Italian food has a lot of garlic. It really doesn't. We go through very little garlic at Davio's. If you go to Italy, as you know, they don't use a lot of garlic. It's kind of an American-Italian thing. So, that's what we do. And then we want to take the mushrooms and put the mushrooms in.
So what kind of mushrooms are we having?
Well, there are 3 different kinds. You have some shiitakes in here, some button mushrooms.
Yeah.
All right. And
oyster?
And oyster mushrooms,
yeah. Okay, good.
And that's it. We just want to kind of cook the mushrooms down.
Yeah.
With a little garlic and a little oil. Okay.
Yeah.
Just add a little oil in here. All right. And we're just going to, this is really, really simple, quick sauce. This is going to take a couple minutes. Okay? All right. And then we're going to add a little fresh basil, right? I love basil. I think basil is just one of my favorite things. Do you remember when we were kids, you couldn't get it year-round?
Right.
You remember you could get only, now it's so cool.
And I'm so glad you're using fresh instead of dry.
We don't have any dry herbs at Davio's.
Yeah, well,
only
nobody
fresh.
in Italy uses dry herbs. Yeah.
And we just kind of let it sit like this.
Yeah.
All right.
That's looking good, because mushrooms have a lot of water in them.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't put too much oil.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And you also don't want to cook them to death either.
Yeah.
this is the thing. We want a little butter.
Oh, butter.
To me is just
Butter,
so
that
cool.
makes everything taste
Now these are the
good.
gnocchis that we made. I'm gonna put these in the thing here.
Okay, so when you make it for the restaurant, you have to
Right.
freeze a whole bunch
Yeah,
of them,
so they're
right?
frozen, but they're gonna cook really quick in there.
Right.
So here's the sauce going.
Yeah.
Now, another thing that's a secret for restaurants is actually adding the water, the pasta water. So the pasta water has a lot of flavor because the pasta's being cooked, starch
and
in
the
it.
starch.
Right,
Yeah.
and that actually helps thicken up the sauce. So what we're
Right.
gonna do is we're gonna take these gnocchis and we're gonna put them in here, but we also want to add a little water.
Some of
So
the
we'll put a
water,
little
yeah.
water in here.
Yeah.
Okay, so that really helps the sauce.
Uh-huh.
Look, see this? Now we have a sauce.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And then we just put these in. All right.
I'm hungry.
And now I'm just gonna add a little of the truffle oil.
Okay.
Okay. There's the truffle oil.
Yeah.
And maybe just a little
Little
more
bit more
basil.
basil, yes,
Yep.
perfect.
Yep.
Now those are going to cook in just a couple minutes,
Yep.
right? Those,
That's it.
Yeah,
And
that's
we're good.
it.
We're good to go.